Hello, 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 and welcome to the Good Vibes Lifestyle live stream. Normally happening at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, but today I'm doing it a little bit later at 8 o'clock in the evening. I'm going to test it out, see if a different time is better for people since you might be at work. Um, as you're watching, I am streaming to several different places, several Facebook pages, Instagram, LinkedIn, and YouTube. So you can comment. I can see your comments and put them on the screen. So I would love that to have a conversation with you, to interact. And even after in the replay, you can also leave your comments and I will see them later. So I want to welcome you to the Good Vibes Lifestyle. This is all about a movement that I am encouraging where we learn about our vibration and actually make the conscious decision to raise our vibration to higher, um, the good, what I call the good vibes zone, which is the zone of love, peace, harmony, joy, enthusiasm, all the good things, appreciation, as opposed to the lower vibrations of fear. Basically, shame, anger, hate, all of these lower vibrations. And, why is this important? Well, it's because we are energetic beings, and where the way we attract and create our lives is by where we're vibrating. And how we know where we're vibrating is by the energy, the emotion that we are feeling, the emotion that we're putting out there. So if we're living in the lower vibrations of fear, the several different variations of fear, from hate, like I said, to shame, to anger, when you're living in that zone, you're going to create more of that in your lives. You're going to attract it, and this is how it works. So, I'm here to help us raise our vibration, live in the vibrations of love, the different varieties of that. So, this is really important because we are energetic beings. And as we move more and more into the age of Aquarius, which is the new era we're coming into that lasts over 2,000 years, we will learn more and more about how we are energetic beings and how to work with energy to create. So, thank you so much for watching. I'm so grateful that you're here. So, I've got a lot to talk about this week. It's been a very eventful week, I think, for most of us as we've transitioned in our government here, at least in the United States. And, you know, it's a mm, transformational time. We're in the year of transformation, being that it's the year of the snake according to Chinese astrology. And I believe that actually starts on January 29th, which is the new moon. So let's talk about astrological news and what's happening. Well, we're in the waning phase of the moon, and that's when we're leaving the full moon and going to the new moon. So the full moon happened on January 13th. It was in the sign of Cancer, and we're getting closer to the new moon on January 29th, which will be in the sign of Aquarius at 7:35 a.m. Eastern Time. So Aquarius, like I said, the age of Aquarius. Aquarius, you might think that it's a water sign, but it's not. The image is a woman pouring out something out of an urn. Well, even though it's water, it's actually an air sign. So it has to do with communications and humanity. This is Age of Aquarius is all about community and working together in groups, and not me, but we, right? We the people. And so this is so important to us if we're in a democracy in the United States, for instance. So, the new moon is a great time to start new projects. It will be the first new moon of this new uh, government that we have coming in, and it's been very tumultuous, I would say, and impactful, depending on kind of where you stand. So, about half the country is very happy. Well, maybe I think less than half the company, the country is super happy about things that have how things have transitioned. I think the majority of them are kind of anxious about what's to come because things have been so kind of topsy turvy. And one of the big things, and this is one of the reasons that I like to talk about UFO and UAP disclosure. This is about being citizen activists and reaching out to our government and letting them know what we want, right? And we want disclosure. And the reason for this is there's so many reasons, but the main reason is because one of the main reasons is that our government and the shadow government actually has access to zero point energy, free energy, where there are devices and technologies that can take the energy out of the air and totally replace the fossil oil industry that we have been dependent on, that has had the side effect of harming our Mother Earth. And so, for the last 100 years, this technology was around when Tesla, Nikola Tesla came up with it, and the government and the powers to be at that time, the energy barons, let's say, confiscated that because they wanted to have a world, an industrial age that was using these dirty fuels, and they didn't care, and they don't care that it's harming not only our planet, but us as a people. So there's greed, right? And there's greed in these corporations and in these people with a lot of power. And so it's time for we, the people, to take back our power by being the squeaky wheel, because the squeaky wheel gets the oil. So let me give you an update about what's been happening. So, I've followed Dr. Stephen Greer, who has been on this um, fight, I don't know what the right word is, mission, let's say, mission to reveal, to disclose what has been happening with UFOs. Not only does the government and these secret black operations have technology and down craft, they've reversed engineered these craft, and they even have bodies and ET entities. And how our government is regarding uh, interrogations and torture, even. And I can't even imagine what they've done to these um, star family. It's about changing our paradigm, our worldview, and realizing that there's more to to the world than just the Earth. And we touched upon it a little bit when we went to the moon, and Elon Musk is all about going to Mars, and there's all kinds of information out there about that, Martian colonies and this kind of thing. Um, but my concern is more about having access to the technology that can not only clean our planet, but also kind of redistribute the wealth in our country so that everyone is abundant and have the basic means to survive, and not just survive, thrive, right? We're about raising your vibe so you can thrive. And you can't do that when you're focused totally on, trying to get clean water and clean, and good food, nutrition. So, the whole system has to change. And perhaps that's why we have the new government that we have, even though certain things don't seem right. At least for me, they don't seem right. But perhaps this is the kind of uh, the chaos. Out of chaos we get. What am I trying to say? Out of chaos we can find the things that we need to kind of regroup and restructure things. So let's talk about Dr. Stephen Greer. So he came out with a podcast, and I have a QR code on there. You can scan that or just go to his website. And I do have a tiny URL that you can use to get to his latest episode. So far, he's had 3 episodes, and this was all tied around a whistleblower coming out on NewsNation with Ross Coulthart, who does a reality check. He's been following this UFO story for many years. And it happened last Saturday, 8 p.m. And Dr. Greer was talking about these Green Berets that came to him about 20 months ago, saying that they wanted to come out and disclose what they know. They're done with being part of these black operations. And curious, have you heard about any of this, or is this new information, or have you known about this? I'm curious. You can put it in the comments. So anyway, so Dr. Greer was not. They went to him to get advice because there have been over 750 plus whistleblowers that have come to him over the years with all of this information. And you can actually go to his dpiarchive.com for free and access all of the materials that he has put together over the years. So if you're into the UFO and you want the details and you want more information, this is where you want to go. Now, regarding his podcast, so what he said and why he has this podcast is because he wants to clear up any misinformation or disinformation that may be that may come out while these whistleblowers are coming out. They said they wanted to come out anonymously, but then they changed their mind and they went on NewsNation with Ross Coulthart. And Dr. Greer doesn't think that that was the best thing to do because that particular show and that channel is kind of tabloid, like ish, whatever. And so, anyway, this Jake Barber, who is a Green Beret that um, Dr. Greer knows and has worked with, and is one of the Green Berets that's on the team. But I think it sounds like there's another team of individuals that will be coming out as well. So Dr. Greer, I just feel like he is an excellent source of information, and hear it from the horse's mouth. Go to this podcast. This is why I'm sharing the information. So, this Jake Barber came out. He was retrieving an egg-shaped craft. And he had also talked about getting like radiation burns, and the way the show made it sound like the ET was creating these radiation burns, but it wasn't. Those radiation burns came from a crate that they were moving. And so this is the thing: the government, these secret operations, they've been reverse engineering these craft, and like the tic tac that people have seen, several crafts are actually man-made crafts, and this is all part of a psyop, a psychological operation that the CIA and others had talked about since the 50s. And they want to kind of create this illusion of the ETs being bad and kind of war of the worlds or Independence Day, so that they can say, hey, we need, a way to control us through fear, number one, and also a way to uh, uh, manipulate us and give our government more money and more resources and trust them to do the right thing. And they militarized it. They weaponized these technologies that can be used for the good. So Dr. Greer's been on this for 34 years, and it's not like he wanted to come out and do this. The whistleblowers came to him asking for help. So I do have a tiny URL that goes to the NewsNation episode with Ross Coulthart, so you can watch it. I don't want you to just take my word for it. I want you to do your own research and watch these shows and draw your own conclusions. So tinyurl.com/capital GVTV News Nation will get you to the episode where Jake Barber was. And to get to the podcast, the latest podcast, he's only had 3 out so far, is tinyurl.com/capital GVTV Greer Podcast 3. And so this is the podcast that came out after Ross Coulthart's episode that came out on Saturday. So check that out and, let me know what you think. The other thing that's going on is that the New Paradigm Institute, right? And I'm putting the website on the screen here. They have the Citizens for Disclosure arm that is where citizens can volunteer to be a part of it and be basically activists. In a lot of ways, it's writing our government. So the latest one that they have, and I'm going to show you, give you here the uh, email, not email, the URL. It's tinyurl.com/ capital GVTV, email, capital W, capital H for White House. And let me go ahead and share the screen here. Let's see, make sure I can do it. Will it? Huh. Here we go. Add to stage. There we go. Let me make it bigger. So here is, when you go to that URL, this is what you'll see. And they're demanding President Trump to release the UAP data. And all you have to do is fill out this information, and you'll be able to email the president. And there actually is an email that goes to Melania and also to JD Vance. And so basically, you know, what they say here is, as president, Donald Trump has a historic opportunity to define his leadership by releasing all unidentified anomalous phenomena, which is what UAP is, or UFO information held by the executive branch that does not compromise national security. And so there's more information, and you can read it as you sign up there. Um, there's also, when you sign up, you get the opportunity to, let me put this back on the screen here. You get the opportunity to, here we go. You get the opportunity, there we go. There's the URL, to be part of the, kind of be in the know for what's happening with disclosure. So the New Paradigm Institute is actually having, for their volunteers and all, if you sign up, on Sunday, this Sunday from 5 to 7 p.m. Uh, Eastern Time, they are having a uh, Zoom where they're going to give us the latest information about what's happening. So if you join, sign up, send this email to the White House. You'll get on their email list, and you'll get information about this Zoom meeting on this Sunday. So check that out, because I think it's so worth seeing. And I did do a show on UFOs. This is episode 1, tinyurl.com/ capital GVTV UFO 1, with Craig Richards, who is the head of the Citizens for Disclosure for the state of North Carolina. Each state has its own kind of volunteer leader, and I interviewed him about ETs. So you can learn a lot of information. Still working on episode 2, but hopefully that'll come out shortly with a lot of good information. So, I just want to encourage you to, take these actions, because sometimes we feel like we're just victims, that we can't make a difference. And the way our government has been set up is that we, the people, they work for us, right? But we need to know, like, okay, besides electing them, what can we do in between elections to let them know what our will is, what we want? And we want disclosure. It's obvious. We want to know what is going on. We want these technologies released so we can live better lives and save our planet and create prosperity and basically heaven on earth. So check out my episode, and do these tasks, like writing the White House to demand disclosure. I think it's so important, and this is one of the reasons that I like to do the show, to use my platform for the good. And I've always had a little bit of activism in me, been an activist in many different times in my life. All right. And again, that was Citizens for Disclosure. If you just go to, let me do that tiny URL. Well, I will put it in the show description, so you'll see those emails or addresses if you haven't already. Okay, so let's now shift gears to the Oracle of the Month. And this month, we've been working with Denise Linn's Soul Coaching Oracle. And so let's ask Spirit for a message, especially during these, I would say, challenging times, because it is, you know, We are in some challenging times, changing times, transformational times, right? Year of the Snake, it's about transformation. So, change is not always easy. And I think our initial reaction to change is resistance and not wanting change. But the more we can welcome it and the more we can be like a willow tree and go with the flow, the better um, our lives will be, the better we can handle it, whatever the changes are, because the only thing in life that's constant is change. So let's ask Spirit for a message for all of us at this time. And this will also be for anyone who watches the replay. Ah, okay. So here is the card, Surrender, number 48. And I've been working with these cards in between, episodes. Whoopsie. And I got this card, which was very, very good. Okay, so surrender. The card meaning it's time to let go. Let go of fear. All is well. You don't have to do it all alone. Release negative thoughts about yourself, for your life is divinely guided. This is what your soul wants you to know. Letting go can heal the need to be in control. The stress of unfulfilled expectations, the anguish of demanding how things should be, and the tension of wanting others to act in particular ways. These things constantly lead to disappointment and unhappiness. Although there's a time to hold on as if your life depended on it, there's also a moment to just let go. Now is the time to surrender. Remember that you aren't yielding to a force outside of yourself. You're giving in to your soul. By releasing your hold, you're allowing the creative forces of the universe to spiral through you. You're permitting the Creator to give you direction and inspiration. You don't have to do it all by yourself. Help is all around you. Open your heart and let it in. And the affirmation is all is well. I surrender to my inner guidance. So I really love that because, I'm a little bit of a control freak. And, we want to be able to control things thinking that we know what's best. And, I believe that we should go into meditation, listen to the inspired action from our higher selves and spirit, take that action, and then let go. Then surrender. Just trust that it's all going to work out. All is well. So I really love that. That was very good because I think this week, and let me know in the comments if you'd like, it's been a stressful week. It's been, you know, things have been happening and there's almost too much happening, like too much to kind of keep track of. And then there's overwhelm and more stress. And we don't want to live in that space. So the best thing to do is to go within. And I believe that's what this card is telling us, to surrender it to spirit, to know that everything is okay and will work out for us. Now, if you like this card deck or any of the books or decks that I talk about, you can shop my Amazon store. And all you have to do is go to www.good-vibes.tv and you'll be able to see it. So I also love to let people know about different events and things for our own personal growth and development. And one event that's coming up on January 30th through February 1st, it's a Thursday through a Saturday, is a media mastery event by Jill Lublin. And so, again, it happens from January 30th through February 1st. And here is the tiny URL /capital GVTV Media Mastery. So it is a paid event, but this is where if you have a business or you're a coach or you want to get some exposure in the media, this is an excellent intensive, actually, she calls it, where you can craft your pitch and actually interact with other people. I think she has people from the media in the event as well, so people in the past have gotten different stories done on them and things like that. So I wanted to share that with you because that's coming up next week on the 30th. Also, that week, if you haven't already seen it on social media, I've been seeing a lot of Tony Robbins. And, since he's kind of like the leader of personal growth and development, kind of like what Greer is to UFO disclosure, Tony is to personal growth and development. And a lot of us, I believe, have followed him. So every year he does a free event, and it's called timetorisesummit.com. And if you go there, you'll be able to um, uh, sign up and get access to that information. Again, it's live, and it actually runs, I think, in the afternoon, starting at 2 o'clock on like 2 to 5 or something like that on Eastern time on those days. So that's another opportunity to gain knowledge, improve yourself, and I wanted to share that with you. And another event that's coming up is Lynn McTaggart. I don't know if you know about her, but she started as a journalist, and she wrote a book or several books on the intention experiment, on the power of intention. The Power of Eight is one of her books. So she's doing a 2025 peace intention experiment on February 1st at 1 o'clock p.m. Eastern time. And the way you can get to that and sign up, it's free, is just go to gaia.com/peace and sign up. I did sign up today. I haven't been to any of her events before, but I love going to the free events because it's just a great way, especially if it's a group meditation. And they're going to be, she's partnered with Gaia and some other um, companies to really do this as an experiment where they're going to measure the impact of intention on, say, crime in the city and people's immune systems and stuff like that. So that would be a great thing. And I have here, let me share my screen. Let's see, where is it? This one here. Oh. Huh. I have the screen it goes to. Let me see here. Present. Share screen. Here we go. Share. Okay. So here is, let me make this bigger for you. The live peace intention experiment with Lynn McTaggart. You just give her your name and your email. And here, I'll play a little bit of this, which we'll talk about it here. So here you go.
I saw miraculous healings after one 10-minute intention.
And the fact that science can validate that deserves to be celebrated.
The power of intention has healed my retina damage, and I'm currently seeing 20/20.
Miracles really can happen.
Right now, there's no pain. This is a miracle for me.
We had 15,000 people send intention to the war in Sri Lanka, and we were shocked to see this 25-year war end in a matter of months. And we want to invite you all to be part of a live intention experiment to heal you, to heal each other, and to heal the world.
So there you have it. And let me give you the website again. And it's pretty easy, gaia.com/peace. And yeah, this is, again, all about the age of Aquarius and doing things as a group. You know, there is power. There's power in the group. We can accomplish, we can change the world, and it's just a fact. So now that we know this, it's a matter of doing it and finding the opportunities where we can do it. So I hope you join me because I plan on attending that. I've actually already signed up. So I will see you there. Now, to give you another opportunity to improve your life, we're doing another Longevity with Life webinar. It's only half an hour. And to sign up for it, the one in February, just go to tinyurl.com/longevity with a capital L, Feb 2025 with a capital F. So you have to put in those capital capital, what are they called? uh, not digits, letters, capital letters when you do this. So you can also watch the replay if you missed it in January by going to this tiny URL /longevity Jan 2025 and check that out. It was very good and I really enjoyed it. And the longevity with light, what it's about is the Life Wave patch. It's a patch that uses light technology. It's non-transdermal, does not go through your skin, but it activates stem cells in your body, or at least that's the one main patch to what it does. Another one that they have reduces inflammation so that the stem cells can be effective, because where there's inflammations, the stem cells go to. So to use the stem cells to rejuvenate and replace, the old cells, by using a combination of the two patches, you can reduce inflammation so it allows for more stem cells. And these are stem cells you're not importing from somewhere else. This is activating the stem cells in your own body. So it's really excellent. And just check out the webinar and learn more. And if by chance you can't wait, you can call me or just text the word patch, PATCH, to 727-423-1224, and I will get back with you and let you know all about it, answer any questions that you have. But try to attend the event because it's always great to have people. We had, gosh, how many people did we have? We had a bunch. So it was really great. All right. So now we're ready for the tip of the week to raise your vibration. Now, last week's tip was to give what you want to receive. So if you want compliments, give compliments. If you want more money in your life, you give money. If you want more love in your life, give love. If you want more kindness, give kindness. So again, it's that idea of what we put out there comes back to us. The vibration, so you don't want to put out negativity because you're only getting negativity. And, I'm not perfect. And one of the reasons this week was a little off for me, too, was I was criticized for being a hypocrite, not, being in the good vibe zone, right? No one is perfect, we can strive to be a certain way and be there most of the time, right, as we shift into this new way of living. But we're not perfect, and there's the shadow side, what are the lower emotions that are there to help us, that were there for us to transmute and to change them into positive vibes. So um, I- it- I truth is like one of my values, to always tell the truth. And positivity and good vibes are a part of my life. And I do my best to live those values, but I'm not perfect, right? No one is. And if you're around people that are negative and critical and that it's hard to maintain those higher vibrations. So, that's why it's really important to be aware of who we hang out with, because it rubs off. We rub off on them and they rub off on us. So it's important to know that. So, anyway, if you want love, give love. And that was last week's tip of the week. This week's tip of the week is a technique that I learned from Colette Baron Reed, but she actually learned it from Donna Eden. And this is to trace an infinity sign around your eyes like this. You don't even have to touch your skin. It's just like this, tracing an infinity sign or a figure 8. People also know it as. Around your eyes like this. And what this does, it raises your vibration because it puts your body into the parasympathetic state, which is not the stress, flight, fight response. It's the relaxation response. So try it. And you can, again, you don't have to touch your skin. You just go like this and do that figure 8. So if you're feeling stressed out, or, you just want to shift your energy, try this technique. and see how it works for you, because I know it's worked for me. All right. Oh, and Nancy says, hi, Nancy. She says, amen. I'm not quite sure what part you were saying that to, maybe about who we are around and that kind of thing. But anyway, thank you for the comment, Nancy, and thank you for watching. All right, so that's the tip of the week, to raise your vibration. And I'm still encouraging people on Sundays at 2 o'clock to meditate. Now, you don't have to meditate using the Global Coherence app, but it's a nice thing to try and see if you like it. And then Pam Gregory, who is the astrologer that kind of started this idea of every Sunday at 2 o'clock Eastern time, whatever time zone that is for you. And in the UK where she's at, it's 7 p.m. But to meditate just for 15 minutes. And as we collectively do that, just like what Lynn Taggart says, McTaggart, um, we are able to change the world, and this is how we do it. And it also calms us down, but it also puts that good vibe out to the universe. So, and Nancy says you're welcome. Thank you, Nancy. So Global Coherence app, the way that you can get it is on your iPhone or Android. It's a free app. Just go to your app store and type in Global Coherence. And if you want to be part of the group that I created from the Good Vibes Day Summit, the code is OrangeFire66 with O and F capitalized. So that's what I've got for you guys today. And I'd love to know if, is 8 o'clock on Thursdays better than 3 o'clock in the afternoon, or is there another time on Thursdays that's better? I'm just kind of experimenting and seeing what works. So anyway, that's all that I have for you guys today, and I want to wish you the best. Know that I am sending good vibes your way, and encouraging you to live your best life by being aware of your energy and raising your vibrations so you can thrive. So if you got some good information from this, the way you can help me and say thank you is to subscribe to my YouTube channel, and also share this information out with other people. The more, the more the merrier, and the more people know about it, the better the more of an impact we will have on the world. So I want to thank you for watching, and wish you the best, and I will see you next week. Peace out, everyone.